Hi guys, welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Let's get started with today's video. First up, I'm going to be taking this LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is actually an orange corrector. Today I'm going to be doing a very full glam type of look. So I'm going to start off by correcting my dark marks and my discoloration. I'm going to start around my mouth and underneath my eyes. I'm not going to apply a lot of this, just enough to cancel out the dark marks. If you guys are interested in a more detailed video on correcting, I'm going to link it down below because I did film one a while back. Then I'm going to take this small blending brush and use it to stipple and blend. Today I want to do sort of like a red makeup look with the eyes, and then I want to use eyeliner. I've actually never done a makeup look using eyeliner, not liquid eyeliner but like eyeliner on my waterline, and I'm so excited. I think it's going to look very nice. It's going to be very full glam, and I think this will be like a great makeup look to wear if you're going out in a function. It might be a bit too much for a date depending on what type of makeup you like to wear, but I feel like it's a bit over the top because it's going to be really full glam. I'm going to go in with highlighter. I'm going to go in with bronzer. I'm going to go in with concealer. It's going to be like the whole thing. So be prepared, guys. And I'm going to add more on my top lip as well. I already did my brows once again. And that's because I want to film an updated brow routine. Next up, I'm going in with my foundation, and today I'm going to be using my Superstay 24-hour foundation from Maybelline. I love using this foundation, especially if I'm going for full glam looks, because it really does come off as full glam. To blend in my foundation, I'm going to be taking this stippling brush from a brush set I bought from Takealot, and I'm just going to stipple in my foundation. This foundation is perfect for full glam looks, but it also can be used if you want to do something light. Like my previous video, that makeup look was not very full glam, but I made sure that I applied as little of this foundation as possible. So it actually depends on how much of it you're using, but it is definitely buildable, and I think that's what I'm going to go for today. I'm just going to go as full glam as possible. Make sure to blend your foundations down your neck, you guys. I want to push this back so that I can blend this foundation in properly. I'm going to go in my foundation again, and I'm going to apply sort of like a second layer. Making sure to blend it in everywhere. Today I'm going to be taking two concealers. First up, I'm going to take Cool Tan from the LA Pro Girl Concealer, and I'm going to apply this underneath my eyes. This is actually lighter than the concealer that I usually use because my usual shade is Fawn. But today I want to go in really light underneath my eyes, hence I'm taking this one. I'm going to apply it on my forehead as well. I'm going to use this brush to blend the concealer in. This is the same brush I was using earlier, but I just like to pinch it like this. That way it's much easier to use it to blend underneath my eye. Just always make sure to look up, that way it opens up the under eye area. Then next up, I'm going to go in with concealer again. This time I'm taking the LA Pro Girl, but in the shade Warm Honey. And I'm going to apply this underneath my eyes. I always like to blend out my nose highlight last. Today I'm going to be contouring, and to do that I'm going to take my NYX Stay Matte Not Flat foundation, and this one is in the shade Deep Olive, but I'm just going to take the tiniest bit of this. I don't want to use a lot of it because it's already very dark. It's way darker than my skin tone, but I just want to use it quickly as a contouring shade. So I'm gonna go in with a blending brush. I'm just gonna take this tiny blending brush that I have. I'm gonna dip it into the foundation, and then I'm just gonna stab it right there where the dip is, between my cheek and my jawline. Then to blend it, I'm going to make sure to go upwards. And then I'm going to take it across my forehead too. Not across, but around my forehead. I'm just going to get a tiny bit more of this. I'm going to make sure to blend this nicely because I don't want it to be one straight line going across my jaw. And another thing I like about this foundation is, even though it's way darker than my skin tone, it doesn't really appear to be that dark on my face. So it isn't as full coverage, but I'm sure you can build it up though. But I've actually never worn this, since it's like way darker than my skin tone. I've actually never worn it on its own. I only bought it to use it on other people, and I only use it on myself for contouring. So I don't really know how well it would build up, but I'm pretty sure it would build up quite nicely because it is a matte foundation. Then I'm gonna pinch the same brush I've been using, and I'm gonna stamp it on the sides of my nose as a nose contour. Alright, so I'm gonna take my big blending brush I was using earlier. Then I'm just gonna make sure to blend again underneath my eyes because this concealer is already starting to crease. And I don't want to make the mistake of setting it while it has creased, because it will stay like that the entire time. To set it wherever I put my lighter concealer, I'm going to be using my LA Pro powder. This one is in the shade Banana Yellow. And to put it in place, I am going to be using my beauty sponge. I actually don't remember where I bought this beauty sponge, but I'm just going to have a look at my previous videos, and then I'm going to link it down below. I'm just going to take it and I'm going to dip it into the powder. I'm gonna bounce my sponge off of a clean area on my skin, then look up and press it underneath my eyes wherever I want to set. And I'm just gonna repeat the same thing from the side as well. Then I'm gonna take my brush, the one that I was using for foundation, then I'm just gonna use that to blend out my nose. and the contour. Going in with the powder, I'm just gonna set the bridge. I'm gonna set the corners of my nose too. Then I'm gonna set my forehead as well. Then next up, I'm going to be taking this brush. This is a Morphe brush, came from my Morphe brush set, which is for my eyes. I'm just going to use this to dust off all of this powder. Then I'm going to take my Fit Me Maybelline powder. This is actually a foundation powder, but I'm going to use it as a bronzer, and it's in the shade 350 Caramel. Then I'm going to take my big fluffy brush from ECOTOOLS, dip it into the powder. Then I'm going to use the powder to set my contour. I'm just going to take this one. This one is a color blending brush, and it's a blending 311 brush. I'm going to dip it into that powder, and I'm going to use it to contour my nose. Alright guys, so now I'm going to go into my eyes, which is the exciting part. Alright, so I'm going to take my NYX Professional Makeup Rustic Antique palette, this one over here, and I'm looking for a red shade. So I'm going to take this blending brush. This one is actually clean. It's from Morphe, and I'm looking for a red shade. So I'm going to be taking that shade over there, and it's a matte red shade. I'm going to dip the brush into it, and then I am going to start out on the outer corner of my eye. I'm going to blend in circular motion. Then I'm going to take that into my inner corner, but still blending in circular motion. I want to stamp it in, then blend in circular motion. And then bring it in towards the inner corner, but I'm not actually gonna go into my inner corner. Then I'm gonna drag it towards my lash line downwards. Then I'm going to take that blending brush I was using to blend out my contour, and I'm just going to use it to blend out the edges of my shadow. And this is not going to be a problem because the shade of the contour is brown, so it's not going to really change or affect the color. It's just going to blend into my skin nicely. I'm just going to blend out the edges. Then I'm going to go into my blending brush I was using for the red shade again, dip into the red shade, and just go back in. And this time I'm just going to be using the back and forth motion. I am going to take my Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil, this one over here, and I am going to use this for my upper lash line. I'm just going to draw a line, sort of like, it's not going to be winged or anything, it's just going to make the upper lash line darker on top. Then I'm going to use the same liner to tight line my upper lash line. So you guys, I'm just going to put on my lashes and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so now my lashes are on. I'm going to take my eyeliner pencil again, the one I was using. And this time I'm going to tight line my lower lash line. Next up, I'm going to take my Revlon Ultimate All-in-One Mascara. Next up, I'm going to go in with highlighter, and I'm going to be using my MAC highlighter, this one over here. This one is the Whisper of Guilt. Then I am going to be using my ECOTOOLS blush brush. I'm going to apply it on my forehead too, and on my chin. And taking my finger, I'm going to dip into that highlighter, and then I'm going to apply that on my nose and on the bridge. For a bit more bronzer, I'm going to take my W7 Casino Blush Highlight and Contour Palette. I actually used this once and it was on camera for you guys as a review. But this highlighter shade over here already broke. And then I'm going to be taking this random brush that I have. I don't even know which brand it's from. And I'm going to go into this bronzer shade over here. It's sort of like a mix between bronzer and highlight. Yeah, no. And for my lips, I am gonna take my LA Girl lip liner, which is my favorite, in the shade Chocolate. And I'm just gonna use this to line my lips. And before I do that, I'm gonna take a wipe and I'm just gonna clean off the foundation for my lips. And then today I'm gonna go for gloss, but I want a hint of red since my eyeshadow is red. So I'm gonna take my Rimmel London lip gloss, and this is the Oh My gloss. This is in the shade Rebel Red, but I'm just gonna use the tiniest bit of this. I'm just gonna wipe it off because I feel like I've used too much. I just wanted a hint of that red. And then I'm gonna go in with my Essence lip gloss, and this is Happiness. But I wish I had something clear, but since I don't, I'm just gonna go for this pink one. Yep, that's exactly what I was going for. I'm gonna take my powder again, and I'm gonna take that brush I was using earlier, and I'm just gonna highlight. So guys, to finish up the look, I'm going to be taking my Maybelline Lasting Fix Spray, but I put it into this bottle because this bottle sprays it better. I'm just going to cover up my eyes because I don't want to ruin my eyeliner. Alright guys, so that is it for today's makeup look, and I am obsessed with it. So if you guys like the video, please go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to tell me in the comment section how much you love my makeup look. Also guys, if you're new to my channel and you have not subscribed yet, please don't forget to subscribe before you leave. I'm so happy guys with this makeup look, and I'm so sad at the same time because right now it's literally 8:30 in the evening. I'm probably, most likely, definitely gonna wipe this off and go to bed. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.